Hello everyone, Onyx here. Time for more Smite patch. I know, different kind of Smite, but it's Smite nonetheless. The reason why I didn't want to do any matches about Smite is because no new gods in rotations I cannot do any tips and tricks on, no interesting quests really. The only thing that's interesting is a new god. So no further ado, let me just walk to the Smite patch and the Smite patch site, and I'm going to show you what's new and what's changed and what has deleted. Let's find out. Ooh, exciting. So yes, new in Smite 9-Tail Terra 4.9 PC patch notes, May 17, 2017. This is the latest patch, so after this one I am in the right track. Anywho, new god, Daji, the 9-tailed fox. Well, nice plot lines. Anywho, her passive is Torture Blades. Well, where this is going. Daji's sharp claws cause her enemies to bleed when struck by her basic attacks. Bleed damage causes the enemy to take damage every 1 second for 2 seconds and can stack any number of times on the same target. Oh shit. Her first ability is called Horrible Burns. Daji heats up her claws, causing her next successfully hit big attacks to burn the target, dealing instant bonus damage and additional damage every 1 second for 3 seconds. So it's like her passive, but with fire instead. That's quite a move. That's quite unique, really. Holy shit! 2 effects in the same kit. Holy shit! Anyway, 1000 cuts. Daji lashes out her claws at the nearby enemies, executing 4 strikes over 2 seconds that hit all enemies in range. These hits apply the bleed from Turtle Blades. While this ability is channeling, Daji gains increased movement speed, immunity slows, and her tails mitigate damage dealt to her by enemies who are behind her. Oh, okay. So when people are fucking you from behind, you actually cannot feel anything. Gotcha. Spirit Link, her third ability. Daji selects a single ally or enemy target and teleports to the location. Upon arriving at the target, she lashes out with her claws, dealing damage and applying the bleed from Torture Blades to all enemies around her. Damn. Powwow. Daji summons her signature torture device, the Powwow, aka this is her ultimate, if you didn't understand that already. As she hovers above the device, she gains 3 shots to fire chains at enemies below. Really? Enemy guards hit by the shots take damage, become chained, and become slowed. At the end of her ability, chained enemies are pulled to the Powwow, become stunned, and then take additional damage of 3 ticks over 2 seconds. If the guard hits by this ability because he's immune at any time, they break the chain on them. So now we have 3 guards that you can actually say get over her. The first one is Sylvanus, the second one is Eriksson, and now it's an assassin. Daji. Did you forget about BDSM, you know, with a whip and leather and fucking hot wax? No? Well, make it a fucking skin then. I'm probably gonna buy it. Don't ask me why. I'm probably gonna do it. Anywho, the first skin is for Daji, of course. Vixen. Damn! Anyway. Newest god skins for Kamasuits. Stone Sentinel. He's a gargoyle. And if I copy correctly, you're probably gonna say some lines from the gargoyles. Anyway. Next one for the skin is for Medusa. It's called Nebula. And space skin. Good. Shinobu Kusenbo for Kusenbo. I'm sorry, I just think about the TMNT. Not because he's a person that's also a turtle. It's because of that fucking yellow fucking cloth. Anywho, next one is for Tingwei Storm Raven. It gives her a blue tint of her skin. Lovely, lovely. And monster skins for Ganesha. Ooh, so lovely, so damn lovely. It's really bad or even sad that it's on shit passive. New emotes for Daji. Clap, smack. Oh no, sorry. Clap, wave, and stands for Kamasuts. Miscellaneous, or misc. Players can no longer vote to unpause during a ranked pause until 3 seconds have passed. Fix an issue on the standings tab on a season ticket where overall records for teams during an event will be listed at 0, 0. That's the face I do when I saw the fucking abilities on Daji. Items, bug fixes. Sternum binding, fixed many banishes on slows not causing the passive to be applied. Oh really? Ruin Forest Hammer, fixed many slows, not causing the passive to be applied. God, bug fixes. Ganesha, Dharmic Pillars, fix the Ganesha ultimate not highlighting enemies near the corners of the ultimate collision. No shit. Gameplay balances. Last patch we talked about some changes we wanted to make to our player experience to reduce the feeling of a snowball in Conquest. For most of our player base, these snowball concerns are not issue. It was. We have many metrics to evaluate the amount of snowball present in Smite, and they all point to an overall less snowbally game than Season 3. Game times have slightly increased. Late game guns like Artemis, Kala, Blanca perform very well. They only begin to drop when looking at Diamond and Master level games. Oh really? And we don't see increase in early surrender votes. Oh thank fucking fucking god. We have, however, seen the feedback and results from Masters and LAN, and want to make some adjustments aimed at further reducing snowball potential. The changes we are all making are very targeted with the specific results in mind. Reducing the amount of XP needed to hit level 2 targets, the early game makes sure players have more options to keep the levels within the same range as the enemies. Since the XP values return to normal by level 4, we will have to see a very specific results about the early game due to the changes. The Gold Fury and Portal Demons Demon nerfs are targeted changes towards the mid and late game. These objectives will give the winning team a smaller incremental lead, giving the team that is behind more opportunity to fight. These changes are focused on reducing a winning team's ability to gain large leads too quickly, and instead forces teams to gain incremental leads that will eventually push them to victory. Well, I get it, you have finally learned a different word. Good on ya. We also wanted to take some time to address some other concerns and suggestions brought up from the 4.8 PTS phase. Why not just nerf the small ogres? To nerf the small ogres enough to prevent level 2 from the pushing team, we will need to reduce the experience of these by a large amount. Doing this will have a large impact on the entire course of the game that changes the total amount of experience in a jungle. If we attempted to offset the loss by adding it to new locations, the reach of the changes become more unpredictable and risky. Oh damn, I'm lucky to bullshit. If a problem arises, it will be difficult to understand where and when a significant shift occurs. Why not make minions hit at the same time? This was an additional concern that was presented as a possible fix for the invade pressure of minis. Where a jungler can go is often detected by minions hitting the mid lane first, limiting their ability to respond to other high push lanes elsewhere. We want to make adjustments to minion speed and aim timing to be want to test these changes more to ensure we didn't break our core mechanic. Noise. Mid-season is approaching and we're already working on what will be going into the patch. As we move towards mid-season, we will be watching closely of how these changes perform and will keep both of these suggestions in mind as a potential future changes. We want to see how the meta evolves from here before making any final decisions. We enable spectator on PTS to allow for teams and coaches to really dive into the changes for upcoming SPL split. We look forward to the feedback and we will be closely watching the impact of these changes as we move forward. I don't need to say anything. You know, in the patch before this, it was like this. Now we're just going to watch all the way down. Based on user feedback from PTS testing, we will not go through with this play experience level change. Goal Fury adjustments. Increased base health from 2250 to 2550, like it said in the old patch. Decreased base goal from worth to 190 to 150, the same thing there. And portal DM adjustments, decreased goal given from 150 to 100. That's the new one. Time for item changes. The first one is about Mock of the Vanguard. Mock of the Vanguard gives a huge amount of defense during the early planning phase. This can make effectively trading against someone with this item ineffective and limits more aggressive options, like Bluestone. We are reducing the flat damage reduction to allow for better trades between MO2V, whatever that is, and more offensive options. Reduced passive flat damage reduction from 5 to 4. Oh, hello ChronosPendent. ChronosPendent is a luxury cooldown reduction item that lets players push past the CDR cap in a unique way. Initially, we will hesitate about the potential strength of this item, but as players have found their favorite items for phase 6 and 4, ChronosPendent is passed by. We are increasing the magical power provided by this item to better represent its price. Increase magical power from 60 to 80. Not all pass it by. I'm using it a lot. Anywho, the next one is about the Emerald Mail. The jump from Glowing Emerald to Emerald Mail is amounted to an additional 100 health for 650 gold. This made building into items branching over Emerald Mail difficult, as the cost didn't justify the stats. You finally learned your mistakes in writing stats. Damn. People are actually evolving. Holy shit. We are increasing the stats. Again! Holy shit! I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop it, okay? To help players build into this tree. Increased health from 200 to 250. Nice chunk. Gauntlet of Thebes. Gauntlet of Thebes has become the new go-to aura item. Unlike its counterparts, Subagenti and Hulk Amulets, it provides both types of protections with a high health pool. This made it effective in most situations for a single item's cost. We are reducing the health on Gauntlet of Thebes slightly to bring it more into line with the aura peers. Reduced health from 400 to 350. Son of Fall is a great counter item for dealing with a high burst at 200,900 gold. It becomes difficult to purchase even when it's going to get maximum value. We're reducing the cost slightly to make it more attractive options. Reduce cost from 2,800 to 2,700. Next is about Thousandfold Blade. Similar to Emerald Mail, upgrading from Katana to Thousandfold Blade was a decent investment for minimal stats. We're bringing the physical power up to by 5 to make building into this tree easier. Increase physical power from 15 to 20. Shifter's Shield. Shifter's Shield shifts from being offensive at high health to being defensive at low health. We want to highlight this aspect of this item. We are while also giving it a bump in overall power. The power and protections have been lowered on the base item, but the passive has seen a large increase in stats. This will make it less defensive when it is provided more offensive and vice versa. Reduced power from 40 to 35, increased passive bonus physical power from 20 to 35, reduced physical protection from 20 to 15, reduced magic protection from 20 to 15, and increased passive bonus protection from 20 to 35. Teleport the items, time for the god changes. The first one to the chopping block is Chronos. The damage dealt by Chronos over the course of a game was higher than his Hunter Purse, Bramble Blast, and Summer Heat is a large source of his damage. Bramble Blast is a cooldown increased, reducing how often this ability can deal damage or be used for control. Summer Heat provided too much additional damage as the Chronos ramped up this item build. We have decreased his physical power scaling on Summer Heat to keep his late game more in check. And what's different about this is the shift of season. Decreased physical power scaling on Summer Heat from 20% to 10%. It will changed whatever a long time ago. And Bramble Blast increased cooldown from 30 seconds to 50 seconds. Please make it 60 seconds and then we are square. Next one is about Chang'e. Chang'e has danced her way into the conquest during Season 4. Her ability to be flexible in her role and strong constant damage output has been a large factor in her staying very successful play. Moonlit Waltz and Moonflower Dance see an increase in cooldown to give enemy players a better chance at locking her down. Thank God. Moonlit Waltz increased cooldown from 12 to 14. Moonflower Dance increased cooldown from 10 to 12 seconds. Time for Oolong Shen. Oolong Shen has undergone many adjustments to balance the amount of control he brought to a fight with his damage output. As things have settled, Oolong Shen has started to struggle. We have increased his base stats to help him better compete as a basic attack-focused warrior. And well, increased base power from 38 to 39, increased attack speed from 0.8 to 1 second. Guanju has struggled a bit this season. While he has good utility options and damage potential, it can be difficult to have consistent pressure. We're bringing out his damage of Warrior's Will, while also allowing Taolo Assault's protection still last for a longer duration. This will help Guanju contribute more to a team, while also giving protections for a longer period of time, helping him stay in the thick of our fights. Warrior's Will. The increased physical power scaling from 50% to 60%. Taolo Assault increased duration of protection still from 3 seconds to 5 seconds. Hades. Hades has been sending many players to the underworld since his buff and fixes in 4.6. Since then, he has rocketed towards being the top picking casuals and making strong standing at the highest level of play. His new ability as a close range burst mage is one we want to keep moving forward. As such, he has not received any damage nerfs. Instead, we are focusing on his ability to engage and disengage at fights, while slightly increasing the utility he can bring to a team. Death from Below will be on longer cooldown and will need to be used more carefully, while Devour Souls is seeing a magical power scale increase, lowering the amount of healing he has at a later stage of the game. Shadow of Darkness is seen a slight cooldown reduction to give him more utility and precision answers when he cannot escape or engage with Death from Below. Death from Below increased cooldown from 12 seconds to 40 seconds. Shadow of Darkness decreased cooldown from 11 to 10 seconds. Devour Souls decreased magical power scaling on the Definite Heal from 50% to 10%. Odin! In recent patches, we have been making adjustments to the warrior strength, increase diversity in the solo lane, and shore up any wicked picks. Gungnir's Smite was a clear candidate for some love. While not as devastating as his Bird Bomb combo, when he uses his one and his 2 or 1 his 3, some of his abilities. Anywho, Odin will now have more utility and damage to be less of a one-trick pony. No shit, he also called the Dunk Fodder. Give him a fucking basketball skin. Please. Do it. Gungnir's Smite increased base damage from 95 to 125. Gungnir's Smite second swing will also slow. Holy shit. Holy shit. The people who don't know about his Gungnir's Smite. Are you ready? He will only deal slow in her first swing, not his second. Now he can slow in the both of his wings. Took you a while. Anywho, the last one in this patch, and for 4.9, is Susano. Typhoon provides a lot of damage and control to Susano's kit. We are reducing the pull strength of Typhoon enough that players are able to escape the pull. Players now have a chance to assist disperse and split up before the fully charged Typhoon is ready to be released. Alright, the people don't know. The pull from his fucking Typhoon was so fucking damn high, I actually started to smoke it. Anywho, Typhoon. Reduce Typhoon's vortex strength from 115 to 88. Reduce the strength movement speed penalty of targets affected by Typhoon from 40% to 10%. And lastly, in this patch, meaning is both these changes allow players to have a faster movement and help them escape quicker from the pull of the Typhoon. And on that note, I am done with this patch. Anywho, let me just go back to the full screen, and then I'm going to have small talk really. So yes, I thank you for watching, and remember to like, favorite, comment, share and subscribe to this video and channel of course. And don't forget you're cool, awesome and glorious. As long yours don't suck. Like the Susano's Typhoon, because that was fucking disgusting to even look at. No. Not you people. It's ultimate. Anywho, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Tata for now, and bye. This is probably 3 videos. 3 videos. So tomorrow I'm gonna go to Binding of Isaac, and I will not do any matches about the Smite. This is Smite patch, Smite match. You know what you know where I'm walking to, right? Sometimes it's English really fucking hard when you're not speaking English fluently, when you're switching trying to even speak English. Meh, I'm average. Like my channel. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Tata for now, and bye.